I'm Dr. Woody. I'm an executive coach trained in organizational psychology, and I have a new book that just came out called The U Plan, a 5-step guide to taking charge of your career in the new economy. You know, one of the big differentiators in my book is that, I come from a psychological training background. And so, one of the things I looked at when I saw the new economy and the changes and the shift in the environment, especially here locally in South Florida, what I noticed is that it's no longer about chasing opportunities, it's about creating opportunities. And one of my biggest concerns is that people get so focused on task level things like, rewriting your resume or prepping for an interview. Instead, you need to step back and think more introspectively and figure out what do you have within you that's of value that you can figure out how to repackage and look at alternative routes. U-Plan is based on a model I created called Viper. And Viper is about asking yourself 5 fundamental questions. And those are, what are my values? What are my intrinsics? What are my passions? What is my essence or brand? And then what's my roadmap for getting there? Most people's passions are somewhere over here and their careers are usually somewhere going this way. And all I want to do is close that gap some. I'm never going to say it's going to be perfect, but what happens is so many people get involved in careers or they take off on a path that's really, it's not in line with their passions or it's counter to it. And so in order to get back to that, I think you need to answer the question of, first of all, what are your values? And then what are your intrinsics? What do you bring to the table? And how do you take and leverage those towards something that you really enjoy that gets you excited in the morning? And it's about being introspective. It's taking the time to think about it. And I see that missed a lot, really unfortunately. Well, one of the things you mentioned is the personal branding. This is an issue that I see missed all the time because we're so used to representing a brand as opposed to being one. Like the company we work for, or the school that we went to, or an association we belong to, we're sort of a part of that and a representative of it. Now, you're in sales for you, and you represent you as a brand. And that's so critical. So to understand you as a brand, you gotta first understand what you bring to the table. What is your package? And understand what the talking points are. So you can deliver that in a way that makes sense. And a big part of that is, like I said, first of all, knowing yourself. Hate to sound all, psychologist-like, but that's my training, and it's stepping back and thinking about, what your values are, what your intrinsics are, what your passions are, and how do I package that in a way that people can see it. Because you can have a great brand and a great package, but you got to get it out there. People have to know what it is. Yeah, again, I'm Dr. Woody, and my website is drwoody.com, which is drwoody.com. And the book is The U Plan. It's on the website. It's also on Amazon.com and Barnes & Noble online.